Welcome back, people. Well, let's have a look and see what's going on here with the 64 Beetle. Pretty cool. I'm getting ready to do some buffing because none of this has been done yet. Yeah, look, it's come up pretty good. We've got a little bit of junk, which was to be expected, just, you know, little bits of dust, which the buffing should remove. You want it to kind of match in, but I reckon it looks really good. I think that bonnet area looks fantastic. Yeah, we'll just give all the guards a cut and polish with a buffer. There he is. There he is. We're just talking about this beautiful specimen here.
Can't find the boogie board here.
Hey, listen, it's not a surfing day today. There's no boogie boarding. It's working. Oh, the boogie board's here. It's under here.
There it is.
We use it as a kneeling, you know, because of our old dodgy knees. We kneel on it. That's beautiful. That's what we need. Yeah, that's some quality boogie board there. It's got welding spatter in it and everything. So yeah, let's give this thing a cut and polish, and then we can start going from there. We'll reveal the next plan for it. Okay, so this one we have our drip, which you can see there, 1, 2. Yeah, I think that was one of the drips. I think I might have had one more, I can't remember. Anyway, so we've got to take care of that. So I'm going to get a little block, rubber block, and some 1200 and then 1500. And let's sand that little drip out, see how we go. Okay, so I've got a little bit of 1200. And just a block, rubber block, and we're just going to start with 12, put a bit of water on the sandpaper, and I'm just going to try and be strategic here and just trying to knock off these high spots. Right, I think that's pretty good. So what we want to do now is wipe this off and change the water and go to the 1500. You don't want to have any residual 1200 on here, otherwise you'll just re-scratch the paint and then it won't buff up properly. So just flush it down. We'll go and get some new water. Now on 1500. And I reckon that's going to do it. I don't go too far because we will have problems if we do that. We'll just look and see what we've done, how we go and run the buffer on it. There we go. So that drip has disappeared. So that bit's done. that took care of that little drip that was here. So that one's done. Nice and shiny. And yeah, we've got a little bit of junk just there. I'm not sure if you can actually see that right there. So we'll sand him off too. Bonnet's polished, engine lid's polished, front guards are polished, everything's polished. And I knocked out quite a lot of the dust out of this thing. It's not perfect, but it's pretty bloody good. It's got a few little tiny little dust spots, but they're actually low more than high, so you can't really feel them with your hand. But all in all, I think it's going to be just fine. So the next stage now is we're going to get the engine, we're going to get this rear area here prepared because we want to paint inside the grille, inside there, and obviously the engine hinges and all that. So we're going to pull the donk out. I mean, the tinware needs a good cleaning as well, so that'll be the next job. Now we have a problem, or we just forgot to fix this little corner here. You can see right there we've got a crack in it. So, and there is a bit of a dent here that we didn't see either. So we want to fix that up, and it means we've got to drive this back up to the top garage where the welder is, so we can quickly buzz that up and then bring it back down. So we are going to fire it up. We've put the fuel tank in, we're going to get some fuel in it, and we're just going to drive it as it is, up to the top. I love your passenger.
She's good for at least 100 k's.
I was going to say, she's a bit stinky though.
Be a good one. Into them. Okay. Now which one's the brake again?
You got no brakes, remember?
I know, that's what I meant. Now let's see the gun there. Got no reversing there either.
Back in the bunker, and we've got our little weld done, and there was actually another spot just in here that we had to fix as well. And anyway, I'm going to flap this back. We've got a little bit of a dent here, so I'm going to just prepare this whole area here, put some filler over it, and yeah, we'll just have to spray this little section too, because we can't get to, there's a double skin behind, so we can't get to the back of it. So I'll just grind this back and give it some loving. So one of the next jobs we've got to do is we're going to go inside here and Fahrenheit in there and then put some blue paint, because you can see there's a bit of rust in there. Not much, but we want to get that sorted. So we'll just get this whole area protected with some plastic, and then we can spray some Fahrenheit inside it. Righto, a little bit of Fahrenheit in there and we're all good. Alright, so I've put a bit of primer just down on this section here and also in the vent, so we can make sure the top coat's going to bond properly. So anyway, I'll just do another quick coat on this corner right there. Okay, we'll let that dry and then we can give it a light rub down and get it ready for top coat. Okay, so we're getting ready to put the final coat of greeny blue on this thing. We're just going to spray the grill inside here and just that bottom section down there. Alright, so here's the buffing all completed here. That's all nice and shiny. And down here, it's all done. So the next job we're going to do now is get it up onto the hoist. We're going to remove the engine. We're going to give that a clean up, and then we can start fitting the new brakes on it too. And you
Don't tell the wife I'm using a vacuum cleaner, she'll get onto me.
Sorry mate, it's going on YouTube, you're screwed.
The industrial one's downstairs.
We know nothing.
Blank it out, man. You said nothing.
Okay.
That wouldn't take you long, did it?
So
We thought it would take forever.
we're both a bit concerned at the moment because we've got the quality control expert on site, so it means we actually have to do proper work. We are going to bleed the brakes. We have our pump. He's making noise.
Sorry!
That's the beans from last night, right?
Exactly. Good dinner.
We've got our new reservoir over here with some brake fluid in it. We're going to use this fandangled new little pump system here.
Well, let's make noise yet.
So we go to the back here and we're going to put this little thing over the top of the nipple, like so. Push him on, there we go. And now we can uncrack. So let's have a go. Let's see if this works.
You want me to do it or just watch it? Actually, I'll pump it for you video because it's really critical. Give it to it, baby.
Yeah, but you got the dodgy hands. We all know what you've been up to.
I'm not too much. You're going to work on it, aren't you?
I think we tried using this pump before and it didn't work.
I use the vacuum cleaner.
That's not my penis pump, baby. It says here, Austin Powers penis pump. That's not mine, baby. All right, so the brakes are all done. We've just mounted our little brake reservoir there, got that finished. We're going to paint the KBS polyurethane paint in here, just to finish off this area, and then we need to get the fuel tank painted before we put that in, because it does look a little bit on the rough side, as you can see there. So we'll go and get some grey colour matched up to do that. But anyway, the brakes are done. We'll get the wheels put back on it now, and then we're going to move on to removing the engine, because we want to fix this up, get this thing, probably just give the the tinware a respray in black, and all these parts here, we just want to tidy it up and make it look good. All right, let's get moving. So see what happens around here. These things, they attract each other. So here's a 55 double door panel van, and you can see similar colour, not quite the same colour. We've got Golf Blue and Dove Blue. You can see a slightly different colour, but yeah, how cool is this thing, huh? They replicate each other. So straight axle Beetle conversion in the rear and drop spindles on the front. And it's got bullet holes.
It's got all the timber, so this folds.
Kept the bullet holes.
Folds out, so you come to here, folds up to here. So
And it's got some of the original sign writing on the side of it. And some of that's still going to be painted on this and get it matched a little bit more. But there you go, and all the interior's all nice. Very, very cool. Righto, the front KBS is done, and now we are pulling the donk out.
extraction there.
So we're going to do some wriggles and
Giggles.
bindings and wriggles, and oh, there we go. Looks like that. What do I see hitting? What do I see
These things
fouling?
will take them out.
Ah, yes, I think that is those, isn't it?
It's supposed to come out anyway. Someone hasn't done it, that would be me.
All right, just that bit there, you never saw that,
Okay,
but it's coming out very easily.
You're going to start again and go step it.
That's right. But what I will show you is the front KBS, because that's all done. We got the beam done, and we got all that beautiful, look at that. Did the backing plates, all in there as well. She's starting to look like a brand new Beetle. Well, not quite yet, pretty close.
We'll get there.
All right. All right, we got the motor out, and we're going to show you just a couple of things putting a big motor into a Beetle, the clearance issues that you do face.
Yeah, so you've got to take out the piece that goes in here, which is the tinware.
The tinware, yeah, the front of the engine.
Now
Yeah.
show that, let's come over here. Without hitting the engine. You can see that's had an impact. So the apron's been hit, and what it's done, it's compressed that sideways in, which makes it coming out, when the motor's coming out, you're impinging on this, which shouldn't be an issue, but is in this case because it's been not clearance. So we have to straighten that up, and we had trouble getting past that point. But other than that, everything else sort of came out where it's supposed to.
And you got to love this.
Yeah, someone's done dodgy repairs.
Hose clamp and Sikaflex on here.
Silicone always works for everything.
Yeah, you can see.
And it was making funny noises when we pulled the clutch out, so we know.
Yeah,
I was going to replace it anyway, so I got a new one. I'm just wondering if things are. Yay! It's
Not
a little bit
good.
dodgy. Dodgy.
So we've got to replace the boots.
I'm gonna just put a bit of bevel in this thing here, because that helps get the motor in later. As you can see, someone's already done some clearance on that. I don't know what the hell they've done there.
Wow, yeah.
That shouldn't be like that, but a little bit of clearancing's okay, but not that much. Because they go for a 6-volt flywheel to a 12-volt flywheel, which has got a slightly bigger diameter, and the teeth chew it out.
Yeah, that's it.
Someone's had the grinder in there before and done it until. So all this lovely stuff here is some sort of lubricant coming from either the motor or the box. Money on the box. So we can trace that one up too.
Yeah.
And new axle covers, which you get to do because you love gearbox oil so much. No, you don't
Scooby,
have to.
can you pull rank and tell him to do it?
Pull rank, Lottie, Scooby.
All right.
Cool. So we're going to put a power these things out, these bottom legs, because they need to move about that much, and that'll give us the clearance we need to get.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, it's probably more this side than anything. Isn't it?
Well, that's right. Well, this one's been compressed too. It's been stitched welded too. And we're going to take that nut out. There's one broken bolt in there after.
Yeah.
Just put a cross weld and pull it here.
All right. So that's
So there's also something missing off this cooler, as you can tell. So they haven't got the.
Oh yeah, the
and
piece
it goes through that. So the heating from this is just going into here and going. Yay! Let's just suck it back in there and blow it through the motor again. So that's got to be ducted out. So I've got to change the RC apron on that.
That's so. You learn all these beautiful things, don't you?
And we have obviously had a little bit of an issue here. Someone's taken that apart and
Yeah, that's no good.
let the asbestos fly. Yeah. So I've got to put that back on and stitch it back on.
More welding. Woohoo!
Yay! I know a good welder.
Yeah, I don't know. It's down the road from me.
That's it. Okay, so we've got our work cut out for us.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers for stopping in. Yep.